Gabriel cannot open or close that. Jackson. The artist is an able draftsman.
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow, this is great.
Uh-huh. Just don't, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Ah, forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and good luck.
Madame Lorelei seems less. Gabriel doesn't want to take that out of the park.
Come on, boys. Hoopla!
Gabriel doesn't. Gabriel.
Not a bad idea.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hip.
Yep, she wants me.
Thanks, boys.
Gabriel examines the veil with a magnifying glass. That sequin looks a little strange. Why, it's a snake's. Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove those two objects. Gabriel magnifies the scale from the fortune teller. The iridescent scale is hued olive green.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Huh, my veil. I'm always losing those things. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates and so handsome as...
Well,
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong.
I wish some...
Strong. Yes and no. Yes.
You don't know the half of.
Oh, good. I see.
Madame Lorelei winks.
She is a dangerous one. Dark and beautiful.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an...
Are you okay?
They're all forces.
Oh,
What is it about me? I knew you'd miss me. Suck.
Oh, boy.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have
Nope.
Could you do some
Sure.
I have a pattern I need you to
How interesting.
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims.
Ugh. You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around.
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want, but check it out for me.
I'll see what I can find out.
I can't think.
Okay.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Good luck.
Hi. I have $100. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's $100, sure enough. The mask, it's yours. Here you go. Carefully, don't.
Yeah.
Don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck.
Well, I wasn't thinking a man as young as you would be needing that kind of remedying. But if you's having problems with your...
Oh, that's all right. Believe me, I don't need it.
Of course, it ain't none of my... Of course you don't.
The small bottle is labeled Master Gambling Oil.
You son of... Give me back my badge. Now, Knight!
Sure. Thanks for letting me borrow.
Yeah? Well, you borrowed again in your history. Now, about today. Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects, that sort of...
I'm sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the... Well, he's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square. Pushing coke.
Detective's instinct.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. You been present at the so-called...
I don't know nothing.
Come on now, you can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go, man.
Now, you relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were plainclothesmen.
Plain clothes, like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the...
Now, who are they, Crash? Are they the...
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. Now, you tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you in the witness protection.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Don't make me laugh.
Now, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members?
By now they know I'm here. I mean, it's different when I'm supposed to come here. Oh, if I can send a message. Tell him I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's frickin' useless. Take him back to detain him, would you, Tony? I tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum and damn the civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn! We only keep him for 24 hours tomorrow. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. For the book, I mean. Maybe you can punch it up?
It certainly is. Can I ask you? Do you know?
Animal masks.
I don't think.
Never ran.
What's this?
It's sure. There's a lot of break. We're getting some real info. I was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless.
Tell me about.
What else?
Just tell me.
Remember how...
Oh, nothing. I'm gonna hit the road.
Later.
Malia.
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
My family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
I noticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else.
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Whatever for.
I can't stop thinking. I've been in your thoughts, too. I can...
Mr. Knight, you don't know anything about me. I'm not...
I've said that a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know. Oh,
I have so many obligations. My family is very...
hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you've got more money than God. Do you think I care?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come see my world?
I know.
See? I knew it. You're crazy about me, too. Come by tonight.
I'm sorry, but there's no place for someone like you in my life. Not now.
Damn it!
It looks like the lecture is just starting.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading under which resides an entire body of distinct The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgam. All of the subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits instead. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all those spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. The one tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices: animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo, we still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not prim. Now,
Fascinating.
in voodoo, the spirit. During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. And this is called being ridden. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, some of the older original Africa Loa include Papa Nebo or Gede, the Lord of Death; Agwe, the spirit of water; Legba, spirit of the crossroads. A tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a. Voodoo temples are called Hounfours. Their priests, Hungan or Bokors. In a voodoo Hounfour, there's a ritual circle. The ritual circle is prepared with a veve, a pattern of symbols. Each tribe's veve is slightly different. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a bokor. The use of totems or animal masks and markings was not uncommon in the original Africans. Ritual objects used during the conclaves include the ritual knife.
That knife gives me.
The ritual whip, and the ritual coffin, or these items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any voodoo sect. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She butterflies, fireflies.
What? Gabriel! It's too small. You must get in.
It's not mine.
You hide, Gabriel.
No! No! Let me out!
Young man,
Oh my God.
are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you have walked into my private office, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Can you tell me
Wow. Very interesting.
Be my guest.
Great. Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating baby. You must.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. Each of the symbols in the veve represents something, a loa, a place.
Have you heard of...
No, you're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic.
You think this veve...
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. You are a...
Absolutely. But I'm, undercover. You can contact me at the St. George's.
All right. Now, I'd like to get started on this.
Can you tell me...
No, I've never seen those.
Really?
I am never wrong, Mr. Knight. Therefore, sure.
Is there anything you can tell me about the voodoo aspects of this photograph?
This is serious voodoo ritual.
In what way?
Let's see. I can't make out much detail from this photograph, except for the corpse, but the wound, the face.
Really?
Gabriel, can...
Mind if I pick your...
Not if it will...
What can you tell...
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr.
What do you...
I wasn't interested before, but now... Yes, I'd like to figure out where these people come from, and what they're up to.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasion.
Do you know anything...
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about
What can you tell me...
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. The ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent.
A burn... Do you have any idea what...
Cabri-Sancourt. Yes, I do. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in voodoo. If the gods demand a goat without...
Do you know anything about
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat interesting from a sheerly intellectual point of view,
What was that
I'm not in...
Do you know...
I'm not in the...
What can you...
I'm not...
Do you know...
I'm not a zoologist.
What else?
The Catholic Church has always dominated.
What else?
If there's more you wish to know...
What do you...
I'm hoping you...
What can...
You all...
Do you know any...
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African...
Do you...
I'm not...
Can you tell me anything?
I told you I would research it, Mr. Knight.
Tell me what you mean.
Well, like any religion, the beliefs can tend toward positive... Christianity, for example, has its doppelganger, Satanism. Any time you attempt to... The same is true of voodoo. There are those who are drawn...
Can you give me an...
All right. There is a very secret, very dark cult in Haiti called... They practice a particularly disgusting form of necromancy. Magic using the dead.
Can you...
In tribal Africa there were, and still are, black bokors. Shamans bent towards the dark. But not only...
Is there any...
Only that if it's being practiced in...
Have you ever...
I'm afraid...
Tell me about it.
All right, Mr. Knight, I'm 35, a fully tenured professor at this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge. My doctorate was... I'm an agnostic, but I find human belief systems fascinating. I specialize in... And I am heterosexual, when I practice sex at all.
No.
Fine.
I'd really...
There have been several articles written about me, Mr. Knight, as well as blurbs.
Tell me more.
It's, very rare. Most voodoo practices do not include... For example, one of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual. Mistress Azuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, if a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required. Lazuli is the gentlest of Loa, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that the Loa...
Tell me,
I wouldn't dwell on it. Most Voodoo sects probably... I wouldn't... There have been several articles.
Okay, good day.
Nothing on that. Gabriel cannot do anything with the...
I can't resist black.
Gabriel can... Nothing on that. Nothing on that.
Well, you never know.
Gabriel cannot... Gabriel...
All right, but this... The things I do...
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you say? You must be new in the parish. I'm so pleased to meet you, Father. Do come in.
Thank you, my child.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Do you mind if I...
Of course.
What can you...
People think I'm just a foolish old woman. but I know the things they do. My voodoo people are all over this city, in the shops, spit on your bread at the bakery, take strands of... But I know their ways, so I can
Tell me,
It's just
what do you...
voodoo murders. Ha! They are nothing new to me, father. They happen all the... They can get you anywhere, you know. Even here in this room. But
What do you...
Shh.
What can you...
The only true New Orleanians are of... My family were among the original settlers of New Orleans. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now
What can you tell me?
You know, I can stroll the streets of the French Quarter and see in my mind's eye do...
What can you...
New Orleans isn't what it used to be.
What...
New Orleans...
Do you know...
Snakes! They're evil creatures. Did you know that?
Right. Do you know any...
It would be bad.
What can...
St. John's Eve! Mais oui! I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at... Of course. It is also a night of great wickedness. Worse than all...
They?
Oh, you?
What?
I don't.
Do you have any idea?
Mais oui.
It means goat without...
Father, you know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being. That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart.
That Cabri-Saint-Cor thing.
Do not
Tell me...
She was only a front for the real evildoers.
Tell me...
She was...
Do you know anything?
No, father.
Do you know...
No, father.
Do you know...
Oh, yes, father. It is the wickedest kind. The kind they practice here in New Orleans.
Tell me more.
I already told you.
Have you...
No.
Do you know anything about...
Well, my great-grandmother could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans. But the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
Can you...
What is there?
Who were...
Well, my great-grandmother told me that Lavaux was just a front. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo enfant. That's what they call the temple. The real voodoo queen controlled Lavaux. Gave her a little...
Is there anything else?
Well, my great-grandmother said that the...
Is there anything...
well, they are all...
Is... Tell me more about...
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear the drums at night, oh yes. That's... But we shouldn't talk about it. They'll hear us. I'll show you something.
I swear...
Here it is, mon père. A true object of evil if they...
It radiates...
It belonged to my great-grandmother.
You don't...
To tell you the truth, I always felt no...
Oh, I can...
And yet, I could never... Would you bless it for me, father? I feel...
Bless this bracelet of a snake. Even though its vibes aren't great, let it do nobody harm. Voodoo spirits, and now... Oh, right. Here you go. Do you mind if... Can I see...
All right. Here's the...
Bless this bracelet. Let it do voodoo spirit. And now.
Gabriel has a thought.
Bless, oh bless this. Take the curse. Oh,
A lovely blessing.
yes, I think.
Ah,
Do you mind
if
telling me?
me, I am Creole. Real New Orleanians are French, you see. These days the city, but the French naturally.
Tell him.
Well, father,
Gabriel
Well, madame,
of course, father. I know how busy you must be tending your...
I'm not going back on.
Gabriel, come.
Hi, Gran.
Make yourself at home.
Can we talk?
Of course.
Tell me something.
Your he worked his way.
Do you know anyone named...
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally... I never learned much about his family, but from things he said, I don't know if Wolfgang Ritter...
Do you know...
I don't know.
Do you know...
Why, no,
Never mind. Do you know...
Gabriel,
Nothing.
you better not be.
I know. Do you know... Never mind. Do you know...
I don't...
Do you know... Do you know...
Marie Love... She preyed on people's fears and superstition. You stay away.
Yeah. Tell me...
Your mother was... She was...
Well, Gran...
All right.